Welcome back, Satisfactory. I am so glad you're here. We've got a lot to do today, and I'm just kind of peeking at this limestone node. Okay, it's normal. So there's a decent amount there. Maybe not a ton, but a decent amount. I think we should completely change our plan here. Actually, let me grab some of this quick wire. Hard drives. We actually have the Cloudy Diamonds alternate recipe ready to go. So I'm thinking we should just go with that. I'm gonna pick that. And the reason why is because it allows us to stretch this coal with limestone. So we'll pick that up. And there's a decent amount of coal over here. I didn't realize there's a third node. So we could use that to make the diamonds that we would need to make some dark matter crystals. So they're consuming 30. The Cloudy Diamonds they're making 20. Oof. This is all getting quite expensive at this point. Let's put a wall here. Kind of guess where we want to connect it vertically. We'll make this the level, and then drop a nice little connection here, and just grab this. Lovely, super convenient limestone. Sometimes I like the swish of the curve. Oh, power's right. Oh, power's super convenient actually. Once you actually look up. Connect you to there. Now, eventually I'm going to want to get some shards in here. I don't think I've got 3 shards on me. Oh, I do have 4 actually. $600. So if I look at the Cloudy Diamonds, that's barely enough for 1. So if I really want to go down this road, I'm going to have to import some limestone or bring it in. I know there's a little bit of limestone over there. Would have to bring it in on a pretty extensive sky bridge system. Honestly, I don't know I need too many of these. I'm 99% sure that the diamonds I'm already making are already being used. That's the other thing I could do. So I could stuff these diamonds into this part of the build. And then heal off some of the diamonds for the rest of it. Pretty sure this isn't the one though. Yeah, that one's got its own problems. Lack of Caterium ingot. This is already, I mean, this is actually working okay. It's obviously not enough, but eventually this is gonna consume all the available diamonds, and then we're gonna want more. And we currently aren't really cranking out enough diamonds to make a significant number of time crystals. So yeah, I think that's probably going to lead us to make like a whole time crystal situation. I think I'm okay making this kind of separate. It would seem to me that we can't really block that off, so we'll have to make this wider on this end. This is probably way too long. There's really not a great way to do this. We'll just move our power connector to the inside of this. I guess I could go all the way. One of these days I'll have to do a mostly hidden wires build. Or this can reach. I guess at this point, though, we need a splitter. Oh, that's great. One belt's worth of connection. How am I going to connect the coal? I guess I could just put a splitter. That's one of the reasons why it was good to put this on the ground. Two of these is more than the limestone can support right now. Hmm. 240 times 2.5, 600. Actually, that's more than enough coal for us to even get started. But if that's the case, you're probably going to have to build a fancier way to get all this material in place. I'm gonna go with just having a wall here, and we'll just connect you to this. I was gonna go up, but maybe it makes more sense to just connect down, and then we'll have it build in the rough a little bit. Gotta get the right direction on that. Oh, we gotta get power over there. I think we'll just go straight through to here. $240. That's effectively one of these. then I think I'll just put a nice little outfit on here. I'm thinking we probably need to get... we probably need to get the recipe for synthetic shards unlocked. Alright, so this is going to be a bit of a departure, but we did get the basics for this setup. Are those on the same level? They look like they're on different heights. There we go. Of course, now this wire coming out of nowhere doesn't look great. There. Minor change. Nice improvement. This is kind of weird, just to have this wall going into nothing. I don't know why I'm on perfection mode right now. Something like that, I think. And we'll come back and put a little housing on that. And then we'll be able to add at least one. So let's look at it. Let's see. It's 1200. This is 600-ish. So yeah, two of these, assuming that they're not perfect. Ugh, impure. Normal again. So two of these will fit on one belt. I'm surprised that this isn't filling up faster. Actually, let me get this spark plating out of my inventory. And why do I have gifts? Do I have coal? Is that something I would upload? Probably not on purpose. So regardless, we at least now have this little diamond supply ready to go. And we can do a horizontal factory if we want to extend the production. But now, oh man, I've got myself set up for store some residue, which could be interesting. Let's see, right now, everything that we're going to make out of these excited photons comes down this particular line. It's going to go all the way to the water. There's something in this game that uses photons and water, or I wouldn't have set myself up like this. Or not. Yeah, there's some reason why I did this. I'm gonna stick with it. It's not apparent to me right now, but there is a recipe that uses water at this level. But right now we can't make quantum because we don't have enough space to store. Technically, this line could be the residue line. I don't need to connect all that right now. I really don't need to connect this right now. The question is do I want to put a little bit of storage here? And is this storage exclusively for or for everyone? And I guess I'm having a hard time because I keep thinking that the dark matter crystals are in this mix. Oh yeah, here they are. They're way down here for some reason. So some amount of diamonds. 30 diamonds alleviates 150. So it's times 5. Or divided by 5, depending on your perspective. So 75 times 8, we know that's 600, but we're going to do it anyway. Divided by 5, 120. Each one of these does 20, so we need 6 of them. Just to make the dark matter crystals necessary to keep this running, assuming everything else is running full time. So that's 5. Let that be 5. And then I think I'm just gonna put a little storage on here. I could just go straight in. Like there's really no reason to do anything different than just a nice loop back pipe right in the center here. This amount of pipe is probably enough to get it to start. Let's see, so this is 1, 2... Uh-oh, actually that dropped down. Ugh, I don't like that. Much better. And then this goes right in the middle. I want to make it right in the middle of whatever this length is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll put up a wall. Connect you to this. And we're gonna have to eyeball this pipe connection. Where, oh where? You know what? I'm really desperate to keep that at that lower level. I keep making that mistake. Now I'm making the mistake of deleting the one that I actually wanted to keep. 1, 2, not 3. Then this connects to this. And then this connects to this. And I line that up to the lower one, so I make that mistake one more time by proxy. And then we're good to go. Whoa! Let me get myself some power here. What I'm trying to do is decide exactly how many of these do I want. 2,400 is really not that much when each one of these is making 65. These guys are making 600. How many of these do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I could go 8. Yeah, if I want this to come out on the back, I think I need an odd number. Alright, hold on. I kind of like what I'm doing here. I just don't like how I'm doing it. Let me put this in back here. We're gonna need some power, apparently. I am not hovering high enough to even complete this. It's going to be interesting to get this all the way down to the bottom in a reasonable manner. Those drones, man, they're getting kind of close. Alright, so this will give us a big buffer for the dark matter residue. Basically every excited photon we use, it's more of a catalyst than an input, turns into a dark matter residue. I think I can reasonably move this out if I change everything about how I'm building this. That's all I have to do. Just change everything about what I'm doing. Instead of it being a box, it'll be more of a rectangle. we'll come out one and then out one and then just go straight up with some sort of pink craziness on each side. Those connections won't connect to a foundation, but they will connect to a wall, and the wall will connect to a foundation, so I have to make that little tweak. So that's a halfway decent. At least now each one of these has a full 2400 storage at their disposal. Belt is too long. Let's sigh. Man, that's really annoying. I'm probably have to put a merger on here just so it'll connect a little cleaner. This poor connection's getting a lot of work. $240 each. Actually, $240 each. Each one of these is demanding $240. So now we're actually at $960 limestone. So right now we've got too much limestone, but that's about to change. So we're only making 600 limestone. Probably is going to make the most sense is just to fly in some raw limestone and crank out some more diamonds here. So I'll leave myself a little space to do that mentally. I wonder... I'm on the dark matter crystal, right? Wow, they filled all that up already. Well, that was semi-pointless. Not like I'm going to tear it down or anything, but it filled up faster than I expected. Okay. Yeah, suddenly that limestone's moving pretty good. And then we've got the diamonds over here. Kind of doing this on the fly, which is good and bad. Maybe it's mostly bad. I don't know. But I'm trying to think, if we connect this with this, then we need a dark matter crystal tower. Boy, we had a lot of space where there was absolutely no power to speak of. Let's get you connected over here. Okay. And I'm trying to give this a little bit of space so we can maybe use this space twice. I come out here and build a building, maybe have it go over this area. Try to give ourselves a little bit of dimensionality. The problem is theoretically, for every one of these excited photons, we'll probably need another dark matter crystal connection. I'm going to try to center this as much as I can. Overlapping blueprint. Oh yeah, okay, we're got to come out of it that side. Okay, so that's the very edge of that direction. Wait. Okay, so that's 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 0. So that's 3. Great. I guess I'll just make it 1. This side is pretty close to centered already. Somewhere in there. Diamonds in, diamonds or dark matter crystals out in perfect ratio. So we could easily go like so. And then I could build a wall that would allow us to put in 3 of these. So I think I have to bring it in one, don't I? Are you gonna let me build it like this? I need some windows. I always forget where the windows are. It's very weird. Oh, it's not even gonna let me put the pipe on here. So I was right to question that. Didn't question it quite enough, though. Something like that. And then that's probably not the right answer. That's closer to better. I could theoretically put the full 6 on here. So the residue would come in here, loop around inside, and then go right about here. And then I think I'll just connect one of these. So like as part of this, I'm trying to decide if I want to hide this from the windows or if I want it to be aggressively in the windows. Looks like I'm thinking hide. Basically, we got to get every pipe connected to every other pipe. It's gas, so it's really easy to deal with. This, on the other hand, is a bit of a nightmare. I guess that one's not too bad. Well, obviously we've made a mistake. Need to get this merging. But, you know, right in front of the thing. And then we'll take the output and edge it right on the edge here. And then we'll connect this output to the output of the building above it. Doing a lot of blueprint work here today. And then on this side, we got to get inputs going. input diamonds. Let's go up 8 the easy way. Then we'll send the rest of the diamonds out for the next level. We'll let all the original inputs be orange, but let the little crossover inputs be standard. Fix it. Wait, I meant pink. All the standard ones are pink, and then the crossover ones are orange. It's tight, but I think it fits. Power. I might just connect the power on the inside only. Dark matter crystal. Okay. That's a 5x5. Oh, you know what? I should put a floor on this. Perfect. Now that I'm in here, I'm kind of tempted to put a little bit of lighting. Man, we can't have zero lighting. And then I think maybe one more here in the middle. There's a little overlappy there. Now that's a dark matter crystal factory. I think we'll come back and put some edges on this tower. I'm thinking it would be just a bright neon vertical tower. And maybe we'll put some windows on it. But that's more than we have to deal with right now. I am way over time. I'm actually having a good time, so we're gonna keep going here. At least get one of these in place. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uh-oh. This is the dark matter crystal. It is interesting that it will not connect in the center. Almost exclusively. We'll have to let it approach in the center and then split off. It's gonna have to be on the side at some point. We're gonna have to like build a little receiving area here. But I think it's generally working. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, two, three, 4. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh. Missing copper sheets of all things. Oh, you know, I could delete the blueprint designer and get the stuff out of there. Then I could at least put a second one of these on. We'll let this guy at least load up with diamonds. Kind of like, well, we'll let this be the end of it for the dark matter crystals. We'll have at least one storage. Probably end up with more than one, but for right now, one storage is a perfect amount. Alright, that's some serious pipage. Oh man, we burned through all of their sheets. That spooky dark matter residue makes its way down the line. I don't know why it's going in so slowly. I guess those are some of the things we don't have to baby at this point. We can clean this up. Take all the stuff out of here. Use all that to build another one of these. There we go. Look at that. Amazing. It's claiming that it's not getting enough, but we know that's not true. I mean, it's claiming to be getting almost no dark matter residue. $85 per on the flow rate. At some point I thought I had all of these full. Now they're acting like they're all empty. These guys are going to claim they don't have any supercomputers. No, they still have supercomputers, but they don't. They're full on dark matter residue. Okay, what's going on? Why is this 0? Yeah, that's why. Yeah, things work a lot better when they're actually connected. It's going to be part of my new Satisfactory tips video. Oh man, the dark matter crystals are already coming out. I wish it would fill up on resources when it was off. That would be the easiest way to get this to go. I could also stop providing diamonds and only provide the dark matter residue. I mean, surely I don't have to valve all these. And force you to know which way we want to go here. Surely it knows. On the other hand, it is using all of these pipes as storage. Input only, please. Someone in here, there's a thumbnail to be had. I don't know why the flow rate's only 85 here. Why is this flow rate so low? It's almost 600 here, and it should be 600 if all of these are operating. I suppose I could give a relief valve. Of course, that would skip all the storage. But 85, that's ridiculously low. Maybe there's some sort of pressurizing system I'm not aware of. Because by the time we get to the top, it is 85. Here's 104. Very weird. I'm not going to claim to understand it. 1, 2, 3. Wherever I put this, it's probably not perfectly placed. Actually, that looks pretty good. Never mind. I did it perfectly. And then let's get this in here. And at least that way there will be a path for these machines to run. Invalid pipe shape. I'm just saying, by the time you get to this point, you need to get going. You need to know what direction you're going. That's flowing now. Of course, I only built 2 of these. It goes in here and up to here, crosses over to here, crosses over to here, crosses over to here, and it should be making its way into here. We almost made one whole cycle with no problems. I think it's figuring it out. one of these things uses almost 1/6 of one of my power donuts. A complete dark matter crystal cycle. I'm gonna call that victory. And I'm gonna accept victory. Dark matter crystals. Superpositional oscillators. Synthetic power shards. It's a halfway decent sink. Even though it uses more excited photons to make more power shards. Ten dark matter crystals requires, well, 10 dark matter crystals makes 60 residue. But, so, wait a minute, that's not right. Ugh. One dark matter crystal makes 30 residue. That's the answer. One makes 30. And then here, one consumes 150. So that is definitely sinking the residue, as long as we need shards. So I should probably get into making the shards in the next episode. We're gonna have to unlock that. It's gonna take 10 regular shards to unlock it. Ten power shards to get to the synthetic power shard recipe. Let's also look at getting some time crystals together. And I am going to call it, otherwise this is going to have to be a part 2, part 1, part 2 situation. So you're getting an episode and a half today. That's pretty strong. I'm liking that. And then we can connect all of our dark matter goodness to this by the various pipes. This little extra outlet is definitely helping. I think I'm gonna say if you get this far, we need to make sure you know that this is going that way. Alright, I'll take your advice here in a second. Just to make sure that, hey. Oh, I hate to lose the indicator on that. There we go. Just so we know that once it gets going in, it needs to only go in. And then we'll do the same thing on the output side. This gas, you know, it's more free-flowing than water. So So I feel obligated to be a little bit more specific with my directions. Okay, looking good. I better call it before I go for another hour. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.